The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, says with the alliances his political camp has formed, the 2027 election will be a walkover for them. Wike was speaking at a Thanksgiving service by one of a senator in Tal local government area of Rivers State on Sunday.
We have, I don't know of anybody who will challenge us. I don't know of anybody who will challenge us. I can tell you, it's like tomorrow is 2027. It's like tomorrow is 2027. So all these people will go and put us rest. For me, it's very far. I can't wait. The two leadership on the party now, APC is here, PDP is where can you find that unity? Which state? It's only Rivers where can find that unity. And that's what most people don't like. When they see people are united, working together, they find something how to make sure they are divided. But since we know, we refuse to be.
Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you too.
All right, let's have some thoughts and see how this met netizens on the space of social media. Who do we have first this morning? Let's see some reactions. All right, so PIED says, who is Wike referring to as us? Does he mean PDAPC, PDP, or APC? Though not surprised, it is evident that when Wike claimed he was fighting for the interest of Rivers people, he lied. It was always his interest. He used the people of Rivers to elevate himself. Also in reaction to this, C. Cloud says, for sure, nobody can challenge you with you on level corruption. With the hardship, you can hire your thugs cheaper, which is what you calculated. You have APC members as state INEC recs. Judiciary rolled back against with electronic result reporting by making IREV irrelevant with their judgment just to help you. He continues to say that judges helped you acquire more strategic position after you paid them. Off-season governors owe you for rigging them in. Yes, you are winning and thriving in corruption thanks to APC annex called INEC and APC side chick called the judiciary. Also in reaction, High Life says, that's the hard truth. APC will win 2027. The earlier all other political parties collapse structure, the better, he says. Now, at the same event in Rivers State, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio says the current administration led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu met the Nigerian economy in a mess. He blames it on policies by a former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, saying that they are wondering what to charge him with among his numerous sins.
The kind of debts and the kind of economic mess that we're in, a lot of people did not understand. So I remember President Obama saying that you cannot know Washington until you get to Washington. So by the time we went in to look at the economic situation of the country, it was terrible. So you know that the former governor of the Central Bank, we don't even know what to charge him. Whether to charge him for putting foam on top of the bill, or to charge him for illegal possession of fire, or to charge him for printing notes without income. I don't know what we are going to charge him. But what we can know is that yes, there is hunger today because of the kind of policies and actions that they took. And we recognize that. And I think every political party should recognize that there is hunger and that we are fighting to ensure that Nigerians can sleep with their eyes closed.
All right, first reaction to this is coming from Labon, who says, just drop him off at Kuje prison and let him remain there. I mean, since you don't know what to charge against him. He says, putting the blame on Emefiele is very shameful. Dollar was 700 when he left the economy. Was it him that made dollar 1,649 now? You remove subsidy in both fuel and dollar without making any preparation to curb the effect. Moreover, he was not not the only person involved. Also in reaction, Leo Umana says, isn't that the duty of EFCC or whoever is prosecuting Emefiele? Is the legislative arm of the government supposed to worry about charging an ex-CBN governor for alleged crime? A typical question that deserves an answer right there. For Escape, he says, official EFCC, what's the update on the charges against Akpabio? Or it's only Yahoo boy you know how to catch? Exactly, they were saying that you need to go to Equity with clean hands, but right there you have charges against you, all because you've joined a new party. You are making plans to charge someone else, even though it is not in your office. But then we move away from that to say that as schoolboy, I know that you may have identified that picture that you saw and you already know what is it. Abdul Kadir of Kashim Primary School in Niger State has argued why voting must not be made mandatory for Nigerians. In the school debate, the pupil wonders why anyone should be compelled to vote for the crop of leaders that we have today when thunder should be striking them in turns.
They are busy budgeting for 160 million naira flashy cars. Housing allowances, it is for God's sake. Is this the kind of our leaders who want to make voting mandatory for? Leaders that have turned out to be bunch of thieves, partakers, betrayers, hungry men, and above all, taken up from the constitutional box. They elected vote. I beg you, Baba God, scatter them, destroy them, including Enjik and Adi. We all know that today, hungry, starvation, and what family died is the order of death. Particularly our teachers who taught and make this country great are being denied their gratuity. Some of the retirees have died. Some of them developed paralysis, while others on their sickbed as a result of inhuman attitudes of our government. Some of their children can no longer go to school because parents can appropriate their school fees again. And some unscrupulous elements are somewhere agitating for mandatory voting as if they are part of the changing of our greedy leaders. Oh, thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them.
It's even the passion for a lot of Nigerians. Let's see how it met netizens. Lucas is saying that, wow, what an eloquent and intelligent boy. My joy is that politicians have become see-finish, even in the eyes of the children. Very shameful. Also, in reaction, Dr. Yakubu says, at his age, whoever wrote this script for him isn't helping the boy. He will grow as a rebel. A primary school boy shouldn't be trained to call his leaders thieves and so on. The use of thunder and the likes is utterly unbecoming. But then against that is Chuks, who says the teacher that prepared this student for this debate deserves an award. It was not just a debate about making voting compulsory. I could see the boy express the collective grief that has become the lot of Nigerians. If I can be identified with this student, I will be happy to support the student and the teacher. Of course, you already know the school. But then this civil society organization, Just Society, attaching this picture yesterday on X, says Niger State government has invited the school headmaster, assistant headmaster and class teacher of this boy that composed himself and spoke the truth about the state of the nation during quiz competition to the government house, Mina, for questioning, whatever questioning they would be doing. I really hope that it is not a fight at the end of the day. I mean, maybe his scripts can be developed, but then that boy has everything it takes to be on a bigger stage. But then Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was at the 37th ordinary session of the Assembly of the African Union, AU, at the headquarters in Addis Ababa. And he says that Nigeria is ready to host the African Central Bank in line with the vision of the Abuja Treaty. But the picture in the next slide is what netizens chose to talk about besides his beautiful speech. This one that looks like he's sleeping while our session was ongoing, and netizens are like, hey, hello sir, you should have just taken a rest instead of going there. But let's see, because this has become the discussion on the space of social media. So Nature says, Nigeria is in a sorry situation. Tell me how this man will know what happened in that meeting. Upon millions of taxpayers' money they budgeted for his travel to the meeting, he went there just to marry, sleep, and come back without achieving anything. Kai, and is heartbroken. Chukwuemeka says what his media aides will say is the president is in deep thought on how to solve Nigeria's problems. More thought from Nigerian Post says Peter Obi would have done the same. When you are the president of a country, the stress level and late night meeting will make you sleep at event, especially when the speech is boring. Well, you were not in that room. Then for this user, he says he was meditating and pondering on the issues being discussed. He wasn't sleeping. Make una allow this Baba rest now. All right, rest. But I mean, it seems like there is going to be, we should be having concerns about the structure and, I don't know, of our buildings anytime soon, because in that last video, you would see the quality of blocks that we used to have and what we have now because of the cost of cement, 9,000 naira ahead, even though 15,000 naira trended over the weekend. That has not been confirmed. I mean, let's take a look at that video before we call it a day.
Now, see block with the mode. But see where cement got there, see the one with the mode now. See the one with the mode now. Tinubu, I beg, would they beg you? I beg. Dangote, I beg. Sure, see block with the mode before. Now the thing does.
Well, that's how we call it a day today. We hope that everything is in order in no time soon so that we can begin to have, can be sure of life, because we cannot continue to manage and then that is happening to our buildings. All right, so that's how we call it a day today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Good morning again.
Thank you, Rana. I mean, I quite get it. Earlier during the newspaper review, I was just muting my thoughts on several landlords shooting up their house rents, you know, 100% over, people becoming homeless. And I can just see that man begging Dangote for the price of cement.
Yeah, but the implication of that is even deeper. Look at that block, so tiny. It means there's danger of building collapse in future for blocks like that, if they are used to build houses. Anyway, we have to just find a way around these things.
Yeah, my landlord too is it different. He has sent a text to all of us, 50% increment.
Oh, some are 100%.
Well, so that means he's a good man then.
Yeah.